What's up, dummies? Today we're about to react to everyday habits that are actually signs of low intelligence. So we're going to find out, like, if you eat potato chips or if you scroll on TikTok, that's going to show that you're actually low IQ. We're going to see if I have any of these low IQ habits. Stick around to see if you guys are stupid too. Let's go. Okay, the first one is chronic sleep neglect. So if you scroll on TikTok at 3 a.m. and you don't fall asleep, then this is a sign that you have low IQ. Let's learn.
Tell yourself you're fine on 4 hours of sleep. Maybe you brag about it. Maybe you scroll on your phone until 3 a.m. and then...
Bro, I know people who do that. They're like, oh, I only need 3 hours, or I only need 4 hours.
Bro,
no,
people watch
you're stupid.
10
fall out of
10
bed
hours.
like a zombie.
10.
The truth? Skipping sleep doesn't make you tough. It makes you slower.
Facts! People are always like, bro, I got 6 hours of sleep, that's all I need. Nah, bro, if you got like 10 hours of sleep, you'd be strong, you'd be ready, you'd be getting stuff done.
Research shows that lack of sleep damages memory, attention, and decision-making. In fact, after a night without rest, your brain works about as well as if you were drunk. Smarter people know their brain is their most important tool, so they guard their sleep like gold.
Facts. That is exactly what I do. So that means I got high IQ so far. We're going to go through this whole video. We're going to see if I have any of these low IQ habits. But so far, I'm good because I prioritize my sleep a lot. I sleep like 10 hours a night. I go to bed at maybe like midnight, and I wake up at like 11. So that's like almost 12 hours of sleep, bro.
Lower intelligence often shows up in the form of treating rest like it's optional, then wondering why nothing gets done the next day.
Facts. People be like, oh, why do I have no money? Why does nobody like me? Because you're not sleeping enough. I promise.
If you're constantly sacrificing sleep for no good reason, it's not genius. It's self-sabotage. Because at the end of the day, running on an empty tank doesn't make you powerful.
Right.
Avoiding time alone.
Okay, so this is the next one. If you avoid time alone, if you're always trying to be around people, that means you have low IQ. I agree with this too. So far, I'm 2 for 2. I love being alone. I live alone. I'm by myself a lot. I hang out with my friends, but I'm also alone a lot. Being alone shows that you're high IQ, bro.
Some people just cannot stand silence. If the TV isn't on, the music's not playing, or friends aren't around, they start to panic.
Yup, that's another thing. People need like a TV show playing at all times, or they need music playing at all times. Like people, every time they get in their car, they listen to music. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but when I get in my car, I don't even turn on music. I'm just driving. I'm focused. That shows that you have low IQ if you always need something playing because you can't sit with yourself.
Being alone with their own thoughts feels unbearable. So they constantly fill the space with noise and distractions.
Bro put one of his videos on the screen. He edited one of his videos on the TV screen.
Feels
He's not slick, bro. This girl is not watching your videos, bro. Stop simping.
So they
She does
constantly
not
fill the
watch you.
space with noise and distractions. The problem? That habit can signal low intelligence. Smart people usually use alone time to think, reflect, and solve problems. But if you always need background noise or company, it might mean there's not much happening upstairs when things get quiet.
Ooh, he just said if you always need company, you don't got much going on upstairs. See, I don't really agree with what he just said, though, because I don't really have much going on up here. Like, when I'm by myself, I don't think too much. You know, I'm very chill. There's nothing wrong with not always thinking. Like, if you're always thinking about something, then you're panicking.
Psychologists say that intelligent minds often prefer solitude because it gives them room to process ideas.
Right.
Lower intelligence, on the other hand, looks for constant stimulation to avoid boredom.
Yup. If you're constantly trying to stimulate yourself, you're stupid.
If you can't sit with yourself for even a few minutes without reaching for a screen or calling someone, it's not because you're social. It might just mean your brain struggles when it's finally asked to do the heavy lifting.
This is crazy.
Although this has been heavily skewed in recent years due to people's ability to fill every silence with their phones. Living on small talk.
What? Living on small talk? Let's learn.
Some people can talk for hours without saying anything.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's what he means. So if you're always just like, oh, so how's the weather? Oh, yeah, well, one time I was over here. Like, if you're just talking about blah, 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 all this dumb stuff, then you got...
DJ, you look like some blah, blah, blah. Remember, what the heck is that face? By the way, back to the video.
Low IQ. People who have high IQ can actually communicate and, talk to people with empathy and learn about how they feel about things.
I'm like freaking the topper of my class and I need sociability. Dude, this video is so rigged.
Actually get, like, good conversations going. But people who are just like, yeah, one time I bought a car in Michigan and it was a nice car, but then it broke down. Like, shut the hell up.
It's always about the weather, the traffic, or what they had for lunch.
I just said that. This guy's listening to me.
Sure, a little small talk is normal, But if that's the only conversation you ever have, it can be a red flag.
Right.
Intelligent people usually
This ain't freaking football. Oh yeah, I think football have cards. Sorry about that. Pausing the video for you guys. Now I'm just
crave deeper discussions, ideas, questions, possibilities.
Right.
Sticking only to surface level chatter.
Bro, that says, I had leftover pasta for lunch. It's cold. It's questionable. Like, who the
Bro.
hell cares about what you have for lunch?
Huh? Who in darnation has leftover pasta for lunch? Bro, that's gonna be cold and mushy and stuff. I gonna hate that.
Bro,
Often signals a lack of curiosity or critical thinking.
Why is that girl looking
Psychologists
at me like that?
call it low need for cognition, basically
low
not enjoying
cortisol.
effortful thought.
Her nose just
And
big.
while chatting
Look
about
at
the
that.
rain
So
is
big
fine
nose.
as an icebreaker, never moving past it makes you look shallow.
True, yeah, you gotta talk about things that make sense.
Confidence without content.
Okay, what? Confidence without content means you have low intelligence? I don't know what the hell he means, but let's learn.
You've probably met someone who talks like they're the smartest person in the room, but the moment you listen closely, there's nothing there. They speak loudly, interrupt others, and explain things they don't actually understand.
Really?
This is a classic sign of low intelligence.
Yeah, I've never really met anyone who does that, so I'm skipping. I don't really care. Let's go to the next one. I think so far I'm like 5 for 5. I'm pretty high IQ so far.
Blindly
It's
following
the biggest
instructions.
skipper
Ooh,
of all
blindly following
freaking
instructions.
time. Bro. Stop skipping. Stop skipping. Okay, stop skipping. I'm gonna get angry.
You just,
Anyways, that-
like, if somebody tells you something and you're like, yes, okay, yes. And, you know, if somebody says jump and you're like, oh, how
This
high do I jump?
face is so cringe.
Then you're stupid.
Dude,
If the
cringe.
IKEA guide
Dude, you're
shows a
cringe.
screw going into thin air, they'll still try to force it.
Oh, that dude cringe.
That's funny.
Dude,
If
so
they
right.
buy a chair and it says, okay, you're going to screw this screw into the wall, they'd be like, okay, stupid.
If a recipe says bake for 20 minutes, but the food is clearly raw, they'll eat it anyway. This
Oh,
isn't discipline. It's a lack of critical thinking.
wow.
Smarter minds test, adapt, and improvise when things don't add up.
Right.
Lower intelligence sticks to the page.
Yeah, these people who stick to the book, you know, these people who just go off of what everyone told them and they don't try for their own knowledge, that's low
Even if
IQ.
it leads off a cliff. Studies point out that low IQ often comes with rigid thinking, an
What?
inability to
What? No. That's so false.
adjust when
And by the way, I'm actually hitting my pillow, so you don't gotta worry.
reality doesn't match the plan.
Yeah, people who are low IQ, whenever something goes wrong and they don't expect it, then they just, you know, but being able to fix
bro, are you
things or
gonna
being
poop
able
or
to
something
go
or what?
around
Go.
the crash, you know, being able to think of new things and new ways to do things when it doesn't go your way, that is actually high IQ.
Instructions are supposed to guide you, not replace your brain. Falling for conspiracies and superstitions.
Okay, so he's saying if you fall for conspiracy theories or superstitions, then you're low IQ. Let me see what he explains here, because some conspiracy theories are actually true, but some are stupid, like, oh, Illuminati, oh, blah, 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 like, whatever.
Some people truly believe the Earth is flat. Vaccines have microchips, or that their bad day happened because of a planet's position in the sky. This isn't open-mindedness. It's low critical thinking. Conspiracies and superstitions are comforting because they give simple answers to complicated problems.
That's right, you know, like, people, like, whenever there's a complicated problem, like, oh, you know, what happened here? People do like to have an instant answer. They don't like things being unanswered. Whenever things aren't whenever things are unanswered and we have no answer to something, people start to panic. You know, they always need clarification.
Instead of digging for facts, people accept the first explanation.
With your IQ, freaking man, believe the earth is fat. Oh no, sorry, flat. I said fat, by the way. Sorry, Earth. I don't want to die for this.
That feels exciting or dramatic. This is called a mental shortcut. The brain is lazy,
Shortcut.
so it prefers easy stories over
Everyone's
messy
brain is
truths.
lazy
Yeah, pretty much.
sometimes.
From solving
All right, I think I'm 6 for 6 so far. Let's keep
rigid
going.
thinking.
What?
Some people treat their routines and beliefs like stone tablets that can never be changed. If something new comes along, whether it's a better way to work, a new piece of technology, or even just a different opinion, they shut it down instantly. This kind of my way or nothing attitude is often a sign of low intelligence.
I think I knew a couple of people. I've known a couple of people who act like this, where they're like, you know, they're so stuck in their ways. You know, if anybody ever gives them any advice or anything, they're like, nah, you don't know.
Smart people can adapt.
You just
They
have to
ask
allow them to
questions, try
figure it
things
out themselves.
and adjust when the facts change. But rigid thinkers cling to the old way just because it's familiar. Psychologists
Yeah, people like being comfortable. You know, if you never want to be uncomfortable, you're never going to grow. That's a huge thing in life, you know. You have to put yourself in new situations, new feelings, new paradigms, you know, things like that to be able to grow. If you
I do not understand any of it.
just do the same thing over and over and over again, you're never going to become a better
say
person.
this comes from mental inflexibility, an inability to handle uncertainty or complexity.
That's a whole bunch of complex words, bro. I'm not listening to that. All right, next one. Let's see if I'm still high IQ.
Always seeking instant gratification.
Yup, people always seek instant gratification, bro. That's not me. I don't eat potato chips. I'm like 8 for 8 so far on the high IQ habits.
Can't wait.
I always eat potato chips, but only sometimes.
If they want a snack, they grab junk food instead of cooking. If they want something new, they buy it on credit instead of saving. If work feels boring, they drop it for a quick scroll on their phone.
No way. See, like, I could easily just, like, stop recording these videos and go sit on my phone. But why would I do that, bro? I love recording these videos. This is fun, and we get to watch stuff. Like, come on, bro. I'm doing my work. I don't care about instant gratification, bro. Can you guys tell I'm, like, wired up? I'm, like, more weird than normal. I don't know why. I think I'm happy because I'm becoming high IQ.
Of low intelligence.
I always thought I was stupid.
Smarter minds are better at
Shoot, bro. The net just got out of here for me. Nice. Can't watch the video. Well, see everyone. That's all for today.